and subscribe to the channel, guys. It would help out a lot as we are on the road to 10k subs. Without further ado, at number 10, we have...
I can't overlook what's going on here.
ReZero, starting life in another world. Suddenly, high school student Subaru Natsuki has been summoned to another world on the way back from the convenience store. With the biggest crisis of his life being summoned to another world, and with no sign of the one who summoned him, things become even worse when he is attacked. But when he is saved by a mysterious, silver-haired girl with a fairy cat, Subaru cooperates with her to return the favor. When they finally manage to get a clue, Subaru and the girl are attacked and killed by someone. Subaru then awakens in the place he was summoned, and notices he gained the ability Returns by Death, and has become a helpless boy that only has the ability to rewind time by dying. Beyond the despair, can he save the girl from the fate of death?
You were so scared to be run over, you wet your pants! Then you passed out and at the hospital the doctors and nurses laughed while you had a heart attack!
No, shut up! La 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 la! I don't want to hear it! I don't want to hear it!
Your family's at the hospital right now and we're just told about how you died, and even they're laughing!
Oh god, no! Stop it! Stop it!
Number 9. Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world. After dying a laughable and pathetic death on his way back from buying a game, high school student and recluse Kazuma Sato finds himself sitting before a beautiful but obnoxious goddess named Aqua. She provides the NEET with two options: continue on to heaven, or reincarnate in every gamer's dream, a real fantasy world. Choosing to start a new life, Kazuma is quickly tasked with defeating a demon king who is terrorizing villages. But before he goes, he can choose one item of any kind to aid him in his quest, and the future hero selects Aqua. But Kazuma has made a grave mistake. Aqua is completely useless! Unfortunately, their troubles don't end there. It turns out that living in such a world is far different from how it plays out in a game. Instead of going on a thrilling adventure, the duo must first work to pay off their living expenses. Indeed, their misfortunes have only just begun.
I see. Joining me was just a ruse so she could destroy me right here. It was all a lie. When she smiled at me or acted kind, fake!
Number 8. The Rising of the Shield Hero. Naofumi Iwatani, an uncharismatic otaku who spends his days on games and manga, suddenly finds himself summoned to a parallel universe. He discovers he is one of 4 heroes, equipped with legendary weapons, and tasked with saving the world from its prophesied destruction. As the shield hero, the weakest of the heroes, all is not as it seems. Naofumi is soon alone, penniless, and betrayed. With no one to turn to, and nowhere to run, he is only left with his shield. Now, Naofumi must rise to become the legendary shield hero and save the world.
A half-elf?
I'm so sorry, Master!
That is so awesome!
What is...
You're a maid and a half-elf too! That's what's awesome!
Number 7. Outbreak Company. After suffering a heart-wrenching rejection, anime and manga-loving Shinichi Kano shuts himself off from the world and becomes a hikikomori. But the boy's solitary life soon comes to an end when he's hired as an ambassador to a newly discovered world, where the only job criteria is to be a hardcore otaku. Now, the boy must work hard to spread the word of this unique, nerdy culture in hopes of strengthening relations between the other world citizens and Japan. Number 6. No Game, No Life. An urban legend states that those exceptionally gifted at gaming will be sent a special game invitation, and the winners of the challenge will be whisked away to another world. When Sora and Shiro, 2 hikikomori NEETs who happen to be both siblings and notorious gamers, receive this invitation, they defeat it with ease. And like the legends tell, they're transported to another world where conflicts, people's lives, and even country borders are decided by competitions and games. Always up for a challenge, the pair quickly take on the obstacles that come their way, whether it be restoring low humanity's good name compared with the other races, or helping influence who will become the next king.
You're gonna pay for that!
Number 5. End Ride. Who knew there was actually a whole new dimension below the surface? Its name is Endra, and it's a realm governed by mysterious powers and forces that are not bound by physics. Endra, it's a mysterious realm just below the surface of Earth. Its sky is illuminated by the giant Adamas, as well as the 7 colored bands. One day, a middle school student named Shun Asanaga is transported to Endra's domain by accidentally touching an enigmatic crystal he found at his father's office. There, he meets the vengeful Prince Emilio, who seeks justice for his father's untimely demise. Henceforth, the unusual adventure commences. An undiscovered realm, an enigmatic crystal, and a vengeful prince. Everything is a cryptic mess that will soon muddle the regular life of Shun. Number 4. Overlord. Getting sent to a game-like world can't get any better than this. Imagine living in another dimension as an ultimate being. Yes, for this anime series, the main character is left to live the life of an all-powerful overlord. Momonga is a player who just happened to be logged in during the final moments of the game Yggdrasil. When he awoke from his slumber, he noticed that all the NPCs around him, his loyal servants, have become animated with unique personalities of their own. As it turns out, he's now a legitimate overlord. Now, he wields overwhelming power that he can use to dominate the game-turned-reality world he's in. With the name Ainz Ol Gaon as his namesake, his overlord powers, and his fiendish servants, the path to ultimate supremacy begins. Number 3. Gate. A dimensional gate opens up in Japan, and all sorts of mystical creatures pour in to try to invade the surrounding cities. Sounds really fantastical, but dangerous, right? It's a good thing then that present-day Earth is much more advanced than any medieval fantasy world. They may have had numbers in the past, but today we have technology and guns. And that pretty much sums up Gate, Jietai Kanochi Nite, Kaku Tata Keri as a whole. Our characters here are sent to the invading world to retaliate by invading them. This series is kind of an inversion of fantasy anime with similar narratives. This show even came out in the same season as Overlord in summer 2015. Number 2. Dog Days. In the magical land of Flanyard, animal-eared inhabitants battle each other for resources in harmless war games. One region, Biscotti, has fought valiantly, but is on the verge of financial ruin when its princess, Melchiore, makes a decision. She'll summon a champion who can fight for their honor. Through a magical portal comes Shinku, a once typical middle school student who is eager to join the cause. But soon, both Melchiore and Shinku make a terrible discovery. Those who are summoned can't return home. Now, as Shinku continues to train and fight for Biscotti, he and the others must also try to find a way for the boy to someday get back to his loving friends and family.
Nasty hag! Iron Reaver Soul Dealer!
Number 1. Inuyasha. Inuyasha follows the exploits of a 15-year-old girl called Kagome after she inadvertently falls down a well and is transported 5 centuries back in time to feudal Japan. There, she encounters the half-demon boy Inuyasha, for which the series is named, and discovers that she is the modern-day reincarnation of a powerful priestess, felled 50 years earlier at the hands of an evil demon tyrant. Her adventures begin after she shatters the sacred Shikon jewel, said to grant its wielder unrelenting power. Along with Inuyasha, she swears to collect all of the shards before they fall into the wrong hands. The story of Inuyasha is action-packed, has an abundance of fights, filled with plenty of comedy, and some nice romantic tension for good measure. The execution of this anime is brilliant. The story is quite long, 166 episodes, but it's worth all of them because the story is so well told, unique, and just one you can't put down. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And as always, if you made it this far, I congratulate you because I know I wouldn't have. Also, please be sure to subscribe to the channel because